What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, we're going to be doing a guide on the Lizardman legendary champion in Nekmo Thaar, who was a previous guaranteed legendary. But let me know in the comment section how many of you actually have a Nekmo Thaar on your account. And in today's video, we will be talking about Hydra boss, his uses in other areas of the game, and just how you can universally build this champion as a whole. But first of all, we'll talk about his aesthetics because I think he is one of the best looking lizardmen in this game. Look at this. It's so unique. I love it. And if you get hit over the head by this, I tell you what, you're not standing up for at least another 2 weeks. So what does this champion do? Well, on the A1 with the Steel Mail Acid, he can do an AoE that has a 40% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. The chance increases to 75% chance on the targets under debuffs. Now, if you think about all of the debuffs himself or your allies bring to the table, 75% is probably something you're going to see a vast majority of the time. And to place an AoE decreased attack all of the time is very, very strong, guys. Talk about Doom Tower waves, progression, and Hydra boss. You'll be able to have that decreased attack out pretty much all of the time. Now on the A2 with the Planet Chains, can do an AoE once again. So really, really cool here. And has a 100% chance of placing an AoE decreased speed and a leech debuff for 2 turns. So mitigating speed, allowing your champions to kind of have the upper hand there. And also the leech to allow you to heal by 18% of the damage inflicted, which can scale off like War Master procs. So not having to rely on pure AoE healers and surviving off the hits on your targets actually starts to become something that'll be up most of the time here. Now on the speed weirding, places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns and fills their turn meters by 30%, then grants an extra turn. Like, what doesn't this champion do? If you think about everything you want in the Hydra boss, apart from block buffs of course, he brings it all for one kit, which makes him so cool for enabling auto farms on that boss. Increased speed, turn meter fills, AoE decreased speed, leech, and decreased attack. And if this guy was a void legendary, I actually wouldn't complain. I think he's really, really strong in this game. Now, even for like PvP battles, if you're looking for a turn meter increase champion, this is very strong, like 30%. And grant an extra turn to allow you to cut in, place a decreased speed, and allow you to take more turns. Really, really strong. Now, on his passive with the Rune of Haste, he actually fills this champion's turn meter by 5% for each debuff on an enemy is removed, transferred, or expires. So think about the amount of debuffs you're placing on those Hydra heads. Every time they expire, every time they get removed, you're going to be filling your turn meter, allowing this champion to cut in and take more and more turns. So overall, I think he's very, very great. And with the speed aura in all battles by 19%, universally used, and you can bring it into everywhere in this game. Now, how did we build this champion today? We have actually gone for a perception / speed set. So we're going to try and optimize speed. We're going to try and optimize our accuracy stats. And HP percent, we've got accuracy on the chest plate here. But if you're hitting the lowest stages of the Hydra boss, you'll be able to take this off and get your accuracy in your substats. We've then got speed on the boots. We've got accuracy on the banner. We've got defense on the amulet. And then defense on the ring. Just adding to that sustainability. And then we've gone for 54,000 HP. 3.1k defense. We've gone very, very fast in the speed at 273. Just in case we want to opt him into like the Nightmare Hydra in the future. 37% crit rate and 513 accuracy. So definitely overkill, I'd say, for specific Hydra stages. So you can kind of lower down to where you're hitting in the Hydra boss and just plan according to that. But in this particular build, we want to optimize him as much as possible to get the pure showcase here. Masteries that we're using today, we have gone for the offense tree, heading down to the War Master, of course. And then we've gone down to the support tree for Spirit Haste and Master Hexer to extend the value of the debuffs that he does provide. Because it only doesn't extend like Stun, Sleep, Freeze, and Provoke. But for the stuff that he's bringing, you can actually extend those values. And there is the argument to be had of bringing in lasting gifts to extend the value of increased speed. But the amount of turns and turn meter fills that we've got in the kit, he's able to come through and keep this up consistently anyway. So, yeah, I don't think it's 100% needed, but definitely a route you could go, in my opinion. So, alright, that is the speed, the gear, and the masteries and everything we built on Nekmo Thaar today. And let's head into a few areas of the game and showcase his kit. Let's get into it. Alright, so I guess it's only right to showcase his skill in the PvP battles first. We're not going to be going up against some crazy teams or anything like that, because it's pretty much self-explanatory of what he's doing. And we're going to be using him as our speed aura and our turn meter manipulator, alongside our Kaima for the sleeps. We are then going to have Visix the Unboat for the provokes, and then we're going to have a nuker. In this case, it'll be a Foley. So let's just see him in action and how his kind of skill set works for PvP battles. So if we see here, 30% increased turn meter boost, which is on par with somebody like an Arbiter. So if you don't have an Arbiter for progression, this is going to be a phenomenal champion. So there we go. Now, the only downside would be, you don't want to wake them up. And with him having all AoE abilities and an extra turn, could become tedious. So we're just going to do the decrease speed there with the leech. Now we're going to cut him with provoke, allowing all of those targets to attack that champion. Come through the nuke. And pretty much that's what we're going to be doing here. So let's just go boom. Now, all right, we're going to try that again, because these teams, we kind of drop down to gold 3 here. We're going to go into a battle like this. I actually lost access to my account, so we're on the giveaway account at the moment to showcase this champion. And until I actually get my account back, this is kind of what I have to make do with to make the content today. So I've actually wanted to showcase Nekmo Thaar as well, so it'll be really cool to do this one. So, all right. Just for anybody thinking, why are you in gold 3? It's just the inactivity on this account. So, all right, we're going to come through the sleeps. We're going to do turn meter fill. Going to go through the decrease speed here. Oh, all right. So we're going to come through here just to get a nuke in. Nice. And boom. All right. So that one didn't go too planned, but pretty decent in terms of showcase. And let's just try this one here. So this one here, I'm just going to open up with the A1. I don't really want to manipulate there. So let's just say you don't have a Kaima. Increase your turn meter. Go for a decreased speed. We're then going to place a provoke here. Come through with our nukes. And boom. And come through with a little reset. Yes, so we get another turn meter fill. Oh, we got a true fear there, unfortunately. It's all right. Get another provoke out. Sleep. And a nuke. Getting a lot of weak hits, but it's all good. We pretty much just wanted to showcase the skills there for anybody that wanted to replicate him in the arena. Now, if we head into Arbiter, very, very similar thing, guys. If we have a look here, 30% turn meter boost on all allies. And if we head into Nekmo Thaar, 30% turn meter boost on all allies with the increased speed. So, very similar thing, but it does grant the extra turn, which is something to pay attention to if you're relying on stuff like sleep debuffs with your setup champions. So, all right, next place, we'll just head into the Doom Tower very briefly. Let's just go into any stage. Doesn't really matter. And let's just take out... Actually, I think I made up a preset team here. Let's see if I still got it rocking and rolling. Hopefully. Nekmo Thaar. I hope he didn't go far. Oh, he's gone far, guys. He's gone far. Where is he? All right, it's all good. We'll just make a team on the spot. No problems whatsoever. So let's get Nekmo in there. Let's take out this one. We just want to take him out. Put a Godseeker in. We'll take Seer out. Get a Mithrala. Take this out as well. I don't know. Who should we bring in there? We need somebody for damage. Just bring in a Husk. Who cares? Let's just bring in a Husk. So boom. AoE decrease speed. We stun. So now we've got decreased speed mitigating their speed. We've got stuns with somebody like a Husk. We've got Hex to amplify the damage from the AoE attacks as well. And this is going to turn out to be a great team. We've now got damage mitigation with decreased attack. And we're bringing in everything that we need into this battle. And it's just going to turn out to be great. Like, look at them. They're hardly taking a turn, guys. Going to do some AoE attacks. And it's pretty much just self-explanatory, guys. And Obviously, he's not going to be somebody that, if you're a super endgame, you're going to build these teams because you're going to be relying on like seer teams, right? Like, let's be honest, if you got a seer, you're probably using that to speed farm. But in terms of like progression and just trying to get through it, I think he's a great champion to throw into the mix. He brings so much to the table for everybody in this game. Let's go Husk. We see more of Husk later as well, but there's the AoE decrease speeds and the leeches. Just adding to so much support. Alright, nice. Get some AoE Hex out. What do you think, guys? Is this somebody that you would use in your teams? Or if you do, what kind of teams do you use with Nekmo Thaar in the arena? Because that 19% speed aura is hefty, guys. And if you don't have like multiple speed auras, like you don't have the luxury of having somebody like a Duchess or somebody, really great champion that brings so much utility for the Doom Tower. So boom, AoE stuns, and pretty much gonna have no problem here. We got Petrification out. Boom. Nice. And we don't have any like crazy damage dealers. We've got a Husk for like some AoE damage, but it's just kind of like a slow and steady wins the race. It's the safe kind of bet. We got so much support. Revives from Godseeker and Neri. And apart from like some tedious waves of like Mortuber Cabs or Rotos and Siphi, this is something that I think will carry for a lot of the Doom Tower, in my opinion. So alright, I'm not going to bore you with this final stage. It's going to be the same kind of thing. But up until that point, 258,000 damage on par with our champions like Husk. So very strong. Alright, so next up, we're just going to head into the Iron Twins Fortress, and then we will go into the endgame content of the Hydra boss that everybody loves. Wink, wink. Can I wink? There we go, we can wink. Decreased speed going out. Very strong for Iron Twins. We have got a Helicaf team, which isn't... Actually, it's actually a really cool team here. We're going to have the burns. We're going to reflect the burns there. We've got some shields. We've got the revive abilities of Godseeker and Neri. You're not really optimizing with Geomancer with a strategy like this because you're not reflecting the same way under the block damage. But it should be a 100% team. It's really, really cool. But as you see here, he's increasing the speed, amplifying the turn meter while he's not under the decreased speed, making sure that the boss takes extra turns here. There we go. Decreased speed going out or decreased attack, some damage mitigation. Nice. We've got some brimstone in here as well, which is solid. Go. Alright, can we get some more brimstone on? Brimstone would be great. We're getting unlucky with the burn procs or the decreased speeds. We have got spirit affinity, so we shouldn't have a problem. There we go. That's exactly what we was looking for. Nice. So as I said, he's not going to bring like everything to the table here in terms of damage, but in terms of what he's bringing, damage mitigation, we've got decreased speed, we've got leech to heal back up, and all of the buffs that he provides to increase the turn meter of the Iron Twins. If you're running those strategies of, what's the word? If you're running the strategies that doesn't rely on increased speed or decreased speed, he's a very strong one to bring into the mix. There we go, bringing it out again. Ooh, we're nearly getting down to that 40% threshold where he does that Doomsday Machine. He's going to start smacking all of our allies, knocking them out like Mike Tyson. There's some Brimstone. And this one should be it. Maybe one or two more turns. Look at that. Brimstone's going to proc and kaboom. So about a 2-minute run. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So Iron Twins Fortress, in particular teams, yes, he's going to do a remarkable job in kind of fitting into those roles, filling your turn meters, allowing you to have less speed on your champions. And with those turn meter increases and increased speed, is actually going to allow your champions to cut in and do a great job. Now, the presets for this team, if you are wary of what we're using today, let's head into here. So we've got like 191 speed on the Mithrala, so not fast at all, but we've got a lot of accuracy stats. Same here with Helicaf. We've got a lot of speed on Nekmo Thaar. And we're under the threshold, apart from Geomancer, on every single champion for the highest stage because of the things that he is bringing with increased speed and turn meter fill on that 4-turn cooldown. So, yeah, just to kind of put it into perspective of how much utility he does bring. But, alright, let's head into the Hydra boss. I have got a pre-recorded run here. So we're using like a cardio strategy, full auto, not a problem, with Nekmo Thaar, block buffs. We've got Inquisitor Shemale and a Husk. Now, as we were speaking about earlier, guys, he's going to bring so much to the table, and you're going to see that in this run. So there we go. We got decreased speed, we got leech, allowing the Hydra heads to take less turns, of course, and allowing us to outlap them with the turn meter fill and increased speed of our champions. Got the block buffs going out from Ugo, and cardio's a really strong one to bring into the mix here as well. Now with this one, I didn't really want to select heads. I just wanted to let it auto, let Geomancer mess up a lot, because he tends to not want to go for the devoured heads, which is unfortunate. And yeah, turns out to be a really cool team, guys. Very, very cool. And in terms of full auto strategies, he's one of the ones that I can strongly agree that he enables that for so many players. Like if you don't have a Krisk, he's bringing so much to the table. Obviously, you don't have that ally protection, but in terms of the rest of his kit, very, very strong. So look at this. Block buffs going out with Ugos. It's like, why? Inquisitor Shemale, like you could be attacking Torment here and getting some extra turn meter increase, but you're just choosing not to. They just want to attack the dude on the left-hand side. But because all of his abilities are AoE, starts to turn out to be a crazy champion, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll let you guys enjoy the run. I'll come back to you towards the end and we'll speak about how well this went. Let's get into it. So we're just closing up the show here. So we're well over that 1 key for the brutal difficulty. And we just fought it a little bit more. And we capped out at the 41 million damage. Of course, as you've seen in the run, if Geomancer just prioritized certain heads and stuff, we probably would have had at least 50 to 60 million. But full auto, letting them do what they're doing. Go have a cup of tea. This is a really strong team for the Hydra boss. But the main thing is not the team. It's just to showcase the utility of Nekmo Thaar. And that's what we kind of wanted to showcase in this team today, which I hope it came across. Now, if we just head into the actual Hydra boss run, I think it's changed rotation now anyway, since I pre-recorded that. So that's pretty cool. We can actually showcase the presets. So cardio was running at 229. No presets at all. Nekmo Thaar was just doing what he wanted. And yeah, pretty much, they're all just doing what they wanted in that run that you've seen. But you can like first priority the block buffs. You could first priority the quicksand grasp. But the amount of stuff that he's bringing allows us to drop our thresholds and actually keep up to the speed of the bosses and take as many turns as possible, which is cool. Now, I just wanted to briefly talk about other ways that you could build this champion. I think we skipped over that earlier. My apologies. Now, you could talk about Guardian sets being a great option. Talk about Relentless being a great option. Being able to tank hits for your allies, potentially. Or Regeneration or Reflex. He's just such a universal champion to build. But I think Perception is accessible, right? You're getting your speed stats, you're getting your accuracy stats. And it just turns out to be the best way to go, in my personal opinion, for the vast majority of players out there. But guys, that's going to be all for today's showcase. I didn't want to drag it on too long. I just wanted to speak about one of my favorite champions in Nekmo Thaar and how he can take down so many places in this game. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We are trying to reach 18,000. We are right around the corner, guys. So if you do enjoy the videos, I'd highly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.